"Fix this," she said, "or your future means nothing here." Teacher Miss Lyra greeted Elon Musk at the door and handed him a student's frozen tablet. He'd flown to this rural Texas town to unveil a new SpaceX facility. Not to play savior, yet here he was, standing in the classroom Carrizo Springs Elementary, a dawn frozen tablet in his hand. "We didn't ask for charity, Mr. Musk." "I'm not here to donate," he said, though the lie tasted bitter. The school smelled of mildew and determination. In room 12, Miss Lyra, a woman in her 40s with ink-stained hands and a spine straight as a ruler, was writing equations on a cracked blackboard. Her students hunched over tablets frozen on loading screens. "The Wi-Fi's been out for 6 months," she said without turning. "The district says we're low priority." Elon's phone buzzed a tweet comparing his $3 billion Mars rocket to the school's leaking roof. He silenced it. "You teach coding here?" He gestured to a poster of the solar system Pluto circled defiantly in red. Miss Lyra finally faced him. "We teach survival. These kids harvest crops before dawn. Decoding's a fantasy." A boy in the back raised his hand. "Mom says you're sending rich people to Mars. Can we come?" The class laughed, a sound sharp with broken trust. Elon's throat tightened as he thought of his own children, their private tutors, and hologram labs' legacy. He realized wasn't built in orbit, that it rotted herein, the gaps between what was promised and what was endured. At lunch, Miss Lyra ate alone in the supply closet, her meal a protein bar and a flask of cold coffee. Elon lingered in the doorway. "Why stay?" he asked. She held up a framed photo, a girl with braces grinning beside a robotics trophy. "My daughter, that leukemia took her last year. Touch she believed your future for." All slogan. Elon's chest constricted that he'd used those words in a Super Bowl ad while cutting Tesla's healthcare subsidies. Miss Lyra's voice cracked. "You want to help sit in a parent-teacher conference that. Hear Maria's dad explain why they can't afford insulin and textbooks I'd watch. Javier's mom signed eviction notices instead of permission slips." That night, Elon canceled his gala dinner in the school's boiler room, the only spot with faint Wi-Fi. He video called his board. "Divert 10% of the Mars fund here," he demanded. "Elon, that's unorthodox. So is letting kids rot while we play astronauts." The vote failed 81. At 3 a.m., Elon's jet departed, but when Miss Lyra arrived at school the next morning, she found him hauling boxes of donated laptops off a Tesla truck. "Sold my crypto stash," he said, sweat staining his $2,000 shirt. "No boards, no permits, just this." Students gathered, their whispers rising like a hymn. Maria, diabetic and brilliant, hugged a laptop to her chest. Javier, whose family slept in a donated Tesla showroom model, tested the new Wi-Fi with shaking hands. Miss Lyra said nothing. She simply wrote a new equation on the blackboard. Courage is not equal money. Years later, the Musk libraries would dot the country, not stamped with his name, but with the faces of teachers like Miss Lyra. Elon's Mars colony stalled, but in Carrizo Springs, Maria coded an app to track insulin prices, and Javier engineered solar panels from recycled Tesla batteries. At the library's opening, a reporter asked Miss Lyra, "How did you change Elon Musk?" She smiled. "I didn't. He finally learned to subtract his ego from the equation." Outside, children laughed beneath a repaired roof, their voices stitching the cracks in the sky. Months later, Elon returned unannounced. The school roof now had solar tiles, their glow a rebellion against the desert sun inside. Mia demonstrated her app to a visiting senator, explaining without breaking her voice. "This shows that schools in poor areas have half the bandwidth of schools in rich areas. It's not a mistake, it's a policy." Elon was lingering in the back, unrecognizable in his Tesla hoodie, and Ms. Lyra found him there. He said, "You kept your promise." "I did what I had to do," Musk said. As we were leaving, a boy tugged on his arm, Javier's younger brother, holding a toy rocket. "I don't want to go to Mars anymore," the boy declared. "I'm going to fix Earth first." Elon knelt, biting his concrete knees. "How?" The boy pointed to Miss Lyra, now teaching under the repaired roof. "She says math is our superpower. Not even billionaires can divide us." Outside, Starlink satellites hummed, their signals weaving a web of light not to escape the world, but to reunite it. If you liked it, stay tuned for more stories, and don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an update. I'd love to know where you're watching from. Drop your location in the comments. For more stories, click on the video on your screen right now.